toy swap is to teach your dog that you are the source of everything amazing. So when, not if, they're faced with, say, running after another dog or returning to you, they choose you. Sessions need to be kept short to keep motivations high and leave the dog wanting more. The exact length depends on the individual. Work on this somewhere quiet to start off with, and once the dog fully understands the game, you can practice in more distracting environments, but remember to build this up slowly. The following steps are guidance only, and so they can be adapted wherever necessary. Step 1. One toy in play, the other hides away. Okay, so we're going to play a game called Toy Swap. So I'm going to have two toys that are fairly similar. And I'm going to play with one of those toys with Bria. I'm going to have a good game with her, and then that toy is going to go dead. So by dead I mean I'm just basically going to stop moving my hand. So the toy that I'm playing with her just becomes boring, not very interesting. Okay, and then I'm going to move the other one around really excitedly. When she drops the first toy and goes onto the second, I'm just going to pop the first one behind my back so it's out of reach. So I'll run through it anyway, and then you can see it make more sense when you see it. Okay? Ready? Okay. So when you're playing tug, it's really good to kind of do a side-to-side movement. And then the little kind of jiggles that I do with my hand, that kind of activates prey drive, and it just makes them it just makes them hold on to the toy that little bit harder. Okay, so I'm going to make this toy go dead. I'm going to mess with the other one like mad. I'll make that one more interesting. And then when she starts to play with the second toy, the first one goes behind my back. So this is the first stage. Step 2. One toy in play, the other has to stay. Once the dog swaps quickly from one toy to another, you can keep the toy that you're not playing with in sight and still, rather than placing it behind your back. If they consistently ignore the toy that isn't in play, start to hold it a little bit further away from your leg. Here the dog is starting to learn that the best game is with the toy that you're focusing on. When you're done playing with one toy, try letting go of it and then turn your attention to the game with the other one. Does your dog still swap? Yes? Brilliant. Keep going. No? Then just go back to holding both toys again and do a bit more work on the toy swap. Step 3. Play once more with one toy on the floor. So I'm going to leave the toy on the floor and I'm going to play with one. Get it. Good girl. Have a really good game with her. Let go, and then, what's this? And then the toy I've got is much more interesting. So I have obviously done this with B, so she knows what I want. Well done. And eventually you can do it with multiple toys. Yeah, she won. Step 4. Continue as before, adding more and more. Eventually, you should be able to place a variety of toys on the floor, and the dog will choose to play with whichever toy you are playing with. Build up to this slowly. Don't just suddenly put all the dog's toys down and expect them to be able to move to whichever one you're playing with. You may need to plan this quite carefully to start off with, and really think about which toys you use when you first start to give the dog multiple choices. Very nice. Wow, yeah, go, yay, good. Nice girl, well done. Get it. If they do choose to pick up a different toy, then just make sure that you have loads and loads of fun with yours.